Hello and welcome to this leveling video of this Acolyte. Now this will be a Necro using the Necro tree. Now this will be a bit weird probably as you're used to, but we'll get into that as we get into it. Now we're going to unlock all this obviously and these pretty much before we get into Necromancer, so we shall continue on until we unlocked some more skills. Probably Harvest is going to be our main skill until we get further. But I'll be back and when we got more skills to use. Welcome back, and we are just past the storeroom. Now, the passive points. We will be going you can even them up if you wish, but we'll be putting some in here and then some in here, but we don't need necrotic right this second. So I'm going to put them all into the increased damage, which obviously helps these guys keep us alive. Now I'm going to put Summoning Skelly, come on, in there. And then you could do attack speed, the mana efficiency, or the damage. Or you could go the warrior maximum health, archer, and rogue, but the rogue is here, so it's not really accessible right this second. Now, I want him to keep up with us a bit better, so I'm going to go the speed. Now, as far as skills, these are what we unlocked. The next few are useful for now. The golem will be a very good protective source once we unlock it. Now, we are using this and this as our primary attacking, whilst these guys will end up being more and more as main part. Now transplant will be a movement skill, but I won't be using it forever. That may be a little either weird, controversial, whatever, but this is not in our plans. But we will discuss things down the line once we get to level 10 and get said golem. So I will see you then. As you might be able to tell, we are just outside Chapter 1 boss, the summit. He's over there. We are an axe-wielding maniac using Harvest. Now we do have 6 passive points. That's a lot more passive points than I thought. Now we're going to get intelligence because things scale on intelligence. As you can see, intelligence, blah, 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 as we go. Now we have 11 in there, which means we unlocked a golem. This guy's got 3. This will become our golem. Now our golem, we want to head over and make him quicker because he's quite slow. And this, we want to put another point here and then a point there. And we could do mana efficiency or the attack speed or come down for other things. Now I'm going to just continue here just to make it simple. Now here's level 4, here's level 2. This guy obviously needs the speed, and then we will work on other things, but we will swap out the marrow for the golem. We'll have to wait for that before we fight the boss. Transplant, just our movement skill. The bone curse we're using because right now these two and our harvest is our skills we're working on at the moment. These are just because we have them. Now there's our big guy. Now let's go take down the boss. The next point we want to hit will probably be level 20. 2025. depending on passives. I will be back sooner if need be, but I'm thinking around that 20. We should get our mastery just before that. Passive point wise will be slightly over if we kill a lot of things. But yeah, around a level 20 we'll be back.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex.
Welcome back. We are level 20 and we haven't touched a thing. We have 14. So we'll max out this. And then we shall take 4 points. Just enough to unlock these. And we're actually going to take 5 points, which unlocks Chaos Bolts. The next we're going to focus on this tree. Skills. Now, we haven't leveled up these guys either. Now, the skills we are working on is finishing off the attack speed and movement, damage, then add the we ran out of points. I thought we had 3, but next one we're going to add rogue. Now this is a big guy. Going to put 2 in here, 1 in there. We're also going to put 2 in movement speed. Now this, we are going to go Chaos Bolts. This is going to be our main attack weapon. Now you can do cast speed to make it go faster, damn chance, or up here to ignite. We have 4, so we could make 80% damn chance, cast speed. At the moment that doesn't really matter, so we're going to go the damned chance. And that's that. Level 35 is our next skill. Passives. Obviously we're going to work into here. We do have, if I check my notes, we have 85 points we have to put in here. So yeah, we have a fair few to go in here. We are in the outcast camp. We went through chapter 3 without even worrying about passive points. We currently have 9. Now, as I said, we're going to enter Necromancer passives. We want them to stay alive more. They are taking way too much damage because we are holding off on putting points in for such long periods. So we're going to max out that one, which gets a Skeletal Mage. And then we want to increase health regen and minion health regen. So we'll put 4 points into that. Now, that will keep the survivability. You could have put the damage up as well, or our health. So if you wish, you can put your health up, you can put the damage of the minions up, or you can do as I did. Now we are going to pretty much take these 6, so you can take them in any order as your gear and your ability sorts itself out. Now, because we got the Skeletal Mage, we're swapping that out and we go to skills. We have 2 in this guy. So, as I said, we're going to take the Rogue, and then we're going to make the Rogue throw Acid Floss. The big guy. The big guy, we are going to come down here and give him health armor. Then we are going to increase size, and then if we're starting near a dead golem, so since we have 2, if one of them dies and we respawn the golem gets a buff. So our chaos bolts, we're going to finish off that damned chance, and then we are going to head over to the hit damage to damned. So since we have 4, we'll max it out, giving us an extra 12% multiplicative. We can go up to this, we can come down to here, and then we can also do the cast speed and projectile speed. At the moment it's not that bad. So I think we shall, since we got the ignite chance as well there, we'll put 1 point there. Now 35 obviously is our next skill unlocked, and we are a little way off. But as far as that will be the update until probably 35 when we get that next skill. Now we have plenty of passive points. We are level 37 and we haven't done anything. So we're actually going to start with maxing out this. You may already have this maxed and start working on other things, but I obviously didn't put any passive points in. Now we can carry on with putting 5 points into here, which is the required amount, and then max number of skeletons. Now there's 1 point. We're going to start working on this as well, and also we want to max out the health and the regen and the minion health here. We also want to do up here because it's 5 points of health. So the extra points for you depending on where you've actually gone on everything. I might just start basically and keep it going with the normal here, just so it's all simple. Now the skills, I haven't put these up either, but these guys I am doing all 3 into the area of effect and damage. Then that guy is done, and then I'm going to do 1 in each of these, and we're working down towards this melee damage. So we put 1 each in that. This obviously movement speed to other nearby minions and movement speed of the golem itself. Now we're working towards here. As I said, this is our main attack. Once we start getting into gear that drops our life, because we're going to try to go low life if we can get the gear. We did pick up a bleed thing in between, but that's a bit too dangerous at the moment with just 500 health, and we can kill ourselves by it. So I'm actually going to go all out in the ignite chance to increase the damage, because our projectile speed doesn't matter at the moment still. Now this one we want to put our mages up. You could go a couple of different avenues here. You could do all 5 here for the base crit and the movement speed. You could do 3 and go here. We're going to put 1 point here total, or you could come up for spell damage. I'm actually going to go here, here, and bring in some death knights. And with the extra 2 points, because the base crit only moves up a little and the movement speed, I'm actually going to go the Death Blossom, which casts Hunger Souls with additional projectiles. So that sort of amped up this guy with that avenue. And then the last point, I'm going to put in the movement speed / base crit chance, because we want to come down here. Now level 50 we will be adding the, if I go back, the Wraith. So we can upgrade the Wraith. Now he is more of a single target or a tanky rare. This guy here. We summon him temporarily and he turns up when we need him. Now we have 10 minions without these guys between all this. So we are actually starting to sort of do that locust effect that minion army builds get. So we're low damage-ish sort of thing, but a lot of them means that it's the same as if you're a rogue firing multi-shot or flurry. It's a lot really quickly, so it adds up. So this is a bit longer of an update, but this update is probably a pinnacle point where you're going to either need to go backwards, see what went wrong if you end up towards that level 50 still weak, or this is where you start going up, 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 and then your defenses and everything are catching up to what damage you're doing. So do double check everything from here to level 50, because you might need to do some passives if you're spec'd into it too much damage, not enough health, or too much health, not enough damage. It might be a little unbalanced. Obviously, keeping alive is priority number one. So if you do slightly less damage, that's okay. If you're dying all the time, that's obviously not. So do pay attention this next little bit, and I should be back once we're probably towards Lagon and we are level 50 with the Wraith. Hello and welcome back to the Temple of Lagon. Now, passives, I've been putting them in. As you can see, I haven't maxed out all these. One, because we haven't had enough passive points. And two, it's not necessarily required to go just these, then move on. Now, as I said, max out these. Then, since it's going to be a little while before we get to the last little update, I'll show you where we're heading with this. We are putting one more point in here and then 3 points here to get this. We are maxing out this one and also the mark for death, plus the other stuff I've said. We will also put 3 points here. You can do that when you want, but 3 points there just to increase the intelligence, which is our damage, and also the mana regen. And skill wise, we are level 15s. Now the skeletons, this is how it looks at the moment. We need to put 3 more points here, 1 point here, and then a point over here. The golem, which is a huge part of our defense by being offense. We're going to max out this one and this one. The threat generated will help us keep everything away. Now, this is the last point I suggest you take, unless you already have some low life build stuff. So if you can sustain low life build, then you can take it. But maxing out this, one more here, and then obviously the point there is last. The skeletal mages, we have to turn them into a poison and then increase their attack speed. And we also have the wraiths to put on. Now this, we're going to increase the mana cost, so these are our single target guys. So we're going to continue along that, put 2 points there, point there, and last 3 points we're going to shove in there. Now, this increased the cast race per cast. So, as you can see, we had to go up here, which is costing us quite a bit of mana now. I don't think that's updated yet, or it might not update itself, but depends. Some of this stuff doesn't update itself quite nice. Now, that was 7 points, which obviously we had 7 points waiting for us. Now, check my notes so I don't do a stray. Now, we want to increase the damage, obviously. If we're going to have them cost so much, they need to do damage. So 3 points there, 2 points there, which will increase the necrotic damage. then we want to work our way here, finishing off the 20 points. Now if you get extra, you can put some more points in other places. As far as gear, I'm still not running all that much. Now, these are purely elemental game. Still running this belt for the potion slots. And we aren't running very high gear. Still running a shield because we haven't found anything better. RNG has not been kind to us, but it's okay. We're still getting through, and we got this stuff. As you can see, just show it's all alley. So we have a look. Our poison's down, our necro's down, our void's down, our lightning's down, fizz is just down. So as you can see, we've got all this way without even having awesome gear. Now, I intend to get better gear after this chapter when we go to the monoliths. But I think you add in some resistances there, we're probably half capped if you don't have this belt. We were lucky we picked it up, so I'm using for the potion slots. But this pretty much you leveled 50. The rest is just building your character up. So I'll keep playing this, get better gear, and try to go through the monoliths and record some interesting stuff. But this probably the earliest character for a lot of different builds. This is a very polished character without any gear. You're just increasing your gear, your survivability, which you're going to do at level 65, 70 on most builds. This, you start pretty much from here to look at monoliths and where am I going in my monoliths. So, I'll continue playing, and if I come back and show you highlights, I'll be back. If not, have a good one, and bye-bye.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh.